Hi, welcome. This is Dr. John DeMartini. This is one of the most amazing and inspiring shows that you can listen into. If you want to be on the edge of your seats, if you want to open up your heart, if you want to expand your mind, and you want to meet incredible people, stay tuned because you're just about to experience a transformative radio show that will change your life. And you're listening to the Dr. Pat Show that's coming up right next.
The following audio is via a Skype call.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail.
Hey, everybody. Super welcome. Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show, Transformation Talk Radio. Thank you all for tuning us in, turning us on. 2 hours, amazing talk radio. First, we're going to kick it off with my friend and colleague, Nicole Isler. Then, Sue Storm, the Angel Lady. But here's what this is about. It's all about raising it up. Sensitivity or superpower? With positivity specialist Nicole Isler. Let me tell you why. If you have not heard of the Positivity Party or Positivity Party Radio, you're going to hear about it today. But why are we talking about this sensitivity thing? Well, have you ever been told you're too sensitive? Does it make you feel like, oh my gosh, I don't even know how to be me? Is it okay to cry? Is it not okay to cry? Is it okay not to look like I'm the, star of the event every day? What happens if I kind of look like, just kind of like ordinary? What is it that enables people to pick up on whatever we're picking up on? And how do you deal with this notion that you've been told, too sensitive, not enough sensitive? Yeah, all of the above. Nicole is joining us here today for a lot of reasons. One is, she has got a message that has to be about being out in the world, gifted, sensitive. And part of that is helping us understand intuition and positivity. And what does that mean? Well, what it means, like highly sensitive people, just so you know, highly sensitive people adapt to the world maybe differently. But what is it about being highly sensitive in the world that causes us to think we're less than, that causes us to think we got some kind of defective thing going on that we don't know what to do with, that causes us to be like, oopsie, I should be more like the rock. I should be more like that iceberg that when you put that hot butter knife next to me, that's when I'm going to melt. Nicole, great to have you here.
Hi, Pat. Thank you. I was getting all emotional just listening to you because I can feel it. If you're out there and you feel like, that's me, she's talking about me, then I'm excited to meet you, and I just hope you'll pull up a chair and listen in because we might get some fresh perspective to being too sensitive.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking about don't be so sensitive. This is supposedly the story of your life, right? Don't be so sensitive, Nicole. How has that affected you? And when did you realize that you were like a little different with the sensitivity thing?
Well, I have always, it's the theme of my life. It's everything from why do you take everything so personal? And the way that it's said, it's not just, don't be so sensitive. It's, geez, don't be so sensitive all the time. And so, from a very young age, I always felt different. Always. I used to joke that I think I'm from another planet because I never felt like I really fit in with people, groups of people. It was, I was bullied a lot growing up too. So and everything bothered me so deeply. So I think I always knew I was too sensitive. However, the shift happened when I realized that wasn't a bad thing because for most of my life, that's the way everything felt. It felt like, stop doing that. Why are you that way? Stop taking everything the way you take it. And I never understood, why do I do that? So it would turn inward. Now, what is the matter with me? Like, why do I do that? Why can't I just be like they are? I just wanted to be normal. I thought everyone else just, they just seemed fine. Like, why? And so things would stick with me for so long, and I just didn't understand it. And people would perceive me differently as well, because they would either think I was being too sensitive, or if I was in a new situation or a large group of people, I would kind of hang back, because what I was really doing was processing, kind of observing, taking in the scene. But a lot of other people thought, I was just shy, or I was too quiet, or which are some of the mislabels that we get as sensitives. And it really was, I was taking in a lot of information at one time, and I think how it affected me, I stood in the background for much of my life. Now I want to try new things. I want to get out there. I want to do things. I want to help other sensitives feel the same way, because otherwise you sort of watch life go by and you feel like, well, I can't do that. Or I would get so overwhelmed with too many things at one time. I would just feel like I was in this sea of thoughts and emotions, and it felt like almost, God, I can't keep up with life. I don't know, and so to a lot of other people, they didn't see all of that on the outside, but that's what was really going on the inside. A lot of anxiety. I had heavy thoughts, because, you're trying to figure this all out inside. Like, what the heck is the matter with me? And then it happened, and it started to shift, where I started to learn more about it, and it was like, it was liberating. It was like total freedom to realize not only what this was, but how I could use it to help me. Because in many ways, I was, it's easy for me to connect with people because I'm highly sensitive. So I would do well in things like sales or relationship building in business, and, being able to tell what the heck my son's like, what's going on, or friends, those areas just came really natural, but I didn't connect the dots. To me, it wasn't anything to do with this being too sensitive thing. Was like a slap on the hand, like, stop doing that. And so I think that it delayed my sort of coming out and living out loud. That's, I think, the part that, that's why right now, people are like, why? Wow, you're always doing things. Yeah, I don't have one moment I have time to make up for here. I'm all at it. So if any of that, resonates with someone that's listening, it doesn't have to be that way. And that's why I love when I catch people at a young age who are told that they're too sensitive. And I'm working with a 16-year-old right now, and it's amazing. Like, wow, if someone could have told me that at 16, just wow. But I'm grateful that I know now. That's the way I really look at it. So,
don't you think, though, part of this, Nicole, is, and let's just fast forward, I think, for a little bit, if we could, and just take a step back in time. And we don't have to go back very far. First of all, we're changing stereotypes about women. Because if you even went back 20 years, let's say, and you're looking at the way women were perceived, too sensitive, to this, to that, men, the expectation for men have been to suck it up. Now we've made a little bit more progress where, the gender distinction is getting dropped more and more, where, it's not just about sensitivity for one gender. It is a sensitivity conversation as a person, right?
Correct.
And, this is really where we're trying to figure out, is there such a thing, I want to ask you, is there such a thing as being so sensitive? What do we even go with that?
I think I like to put it this way, there's being an untrained sensitive, meaning you're really not aware, you know that you're sensitive. You just don't understand. It's like you have the language, but no one's translated it for you. Okay. And then there's being a trained sensitive. So you're fully aware of it, but you also embrace it as your gift. You understand that this is what makes me who I am. And this is how I can apply this good, because everybody wants the good parts of sensitivity, but I'll leave the rest. But if you can learn, which is what I teach, how to navigate the emotions and what they're really meant for, then really you just live a totally different life. And on that note of, males, females, men, women, sensitivity, I'll tell you that more women come to me because they've been told they're too sensitive. However, the men that come to me are freaking out because deep down they are sensitive, but they've been taught not to be. So it's also a struggle for men. And 20% of the population is highly sensitive. So if you feel like in your life, you look around, you just feel like nobody gets me. Well, 80% of the people you're surrounded by are not highly sensitive. So that's a little bit outnumbered, and it's supposedly an even split, men and women, as far as that 20%. It's not like 18% of that is women and only 2%. No, it's men and women. It's just that in our society, men have been taught they're the protectors. They're the ones that take charge. They go out and even if they're like, both my sons are highly sensitive. I didn't know that when they were little. This is all, in the recent years, right, that has come forward. So, boys don't cry, right? They go out and you lost the football game. What are you crying for? There's no crying in football. It's things like that. But this is all changing and it's coming forward. And I was actually thinking about taking a step back in time. I was thinking about when I first started going to a chiropractor. Now I'm 46 and I was 19 when I first started going to a chiropractor. Back then, people were like, "You're going to a what? For what? Why would you ever?" Right? No understanding, no real education. But it was changing my life and bringing health back. And now you say to someone, "Oh, I have a chiropractic appointment." They go, "Oh, okay." Like, well, who do you go see? It's totally evolved because of the education and the hard work and dedication from patients, doctors, and chiropractic, like just over time. I believe that this is where sensitives are up and coming, and this will become where it's not where you're told, "Oh, you're too sensitive." It's we need a sensitive in leadership because they get people. They understand how to reach people. They can connect with the team. They can, they have specific leadership skills that you can't teach people how to be good with people. You either have that or you don't. My son just started a sales job. He's been in it 2 months, and he's doing amazing at it. And I told him, you have something that you can't teach people. Right. It's how to connect with people and likability and meeting them where they're at, right? So yeah, what you said, I believe that we're in this time of change, and there is more and more coming about being highly sensitive, and yet I still find it just happened yesterday in a group that I'm in, and it's for a completely different topic. And I started to post what I speak about and what I do, and a woman said, "Oh my God, is there a quiz for that? I think that's me. I've been told that." There was a man that said, "I'm glad you can't see me right now because I've been told I don't express my feelings enough, and I'm completely crying right now." So people are feeling things, but we still need to increase that awareness. I know that it is normal. It's your normal, right?
I know. Well, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about language. This is really one of the keys to this, right, Nicole? It's kind of like I may say potato, you may say potato, but in the end, one of us is going to be offended. And, well, tomato is a tomato, but it may be a tomato to you. But in the end, something weird is going to go on with that. And so are we speaking your language? What is the language? What is the difference between a highly sensitive and living as an empowered sensitive? All of the above, because Nicole Isler is in the house. When we come back, we're going to tell you about her radio show, how you can find out more about her, and we've got a free report for all of you. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Oh, don't you dare look back. Just keep your eyes on me. I said you're holding back. She said, shut up and dance with me. This woman is my destiny. She said, ooh, shut up.
Dr. Bree Gibbs is a fourth-generation high priestess with the knowledge to raise your vibration in conscious creation. offering a wide variety of services from goddess light and shamanic healing seminars to private reading sessions. Bree works with you so you too can stand in your own power. Isn't it about time you took your life into your own hands? For more information about Bree's services and products, visit silvergaia.net. That's silvergaia.net.
Wow. Hey, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. This is Talk Radio to Thrive By. I'm telling you, I got to pinch myself some days because when each of us gets called to do something that we so not thought was in our wheelhouse to do for a purpose that's so much greater than us, we get to show up and shine.
If you would like to show up and shine on the Dr. Pat Show as a co-host or sponsor, send us an email to inspire@thedrpatshow.com.
Tune in to the Angels and Answers Psychic Radio Show with clairvoyants Artie Hoffman and Sky Siegel every Thursday for a 2-hour show, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Transformation Talk Radio. Artie and Sky deliver spiritual and motivational messages with passion and a sense of humor. Call in 800-930-2819 for live and on-air readings. Visit artiehoffman.com and skyofangels.com.
Are you anxious, worried, or insecure? Hi, I'm Dr. Friedman Schaub. I'm the author of The Fear and Anxiety Solution. Join me for my next breakthrough video seminar, which starts on September 10th. This program has helped thousands of people worldwide to overcome their struggles with anxiety, and I'm certain it can also help you. If you're ready to be free again and have a stronger foundation of inner peace and confidence, visit thefearandanxietysolution.com.
Tune in to Lucid Planet Radio with Dr. Kelly Neff. This hit show will illuminate your senses and empower you beyond your daily stressors and hardships. Renowned psychologist and author Dr. Kelly will captivate you with far-reaching topics and amazing guests as you wake to the greatest version of yourself. Learn to tap into your intuitions, think critically about our world, heal emotional and psychological wounds, and follow your passions to live your dreams. The Lucid Planet. Welcome home. Visit lucidplanetradio.com for more information.
Are you ready for a game changer? Sarah Westall is bringing you Business Game Changers Radio. Sarah brings you leading experts, visionaries, and newsmakers who provide the best commentary on big issues and cutting-edge innovations. Sarah's 20 years as a business executive will help you think like an entrepreneur with expertise, energy, and attitude. Tune in to Business Game Changers Mondays at noon Pacific, 3 Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to the show. Nicole Isler joining me here today. I want to take a moment and just let all y'all know that we have listeners from all over the country and actually all over the world. And we have some hosts that host a show, and they are right in the midst of Hurricane Matthew. And I just want to say to everybody out there, even though we're doing a show and we're laughing here today, we have got you in our prayers and in our hearts. And I'm especially talking about my family, my brother, my nieces, all of the folks out there on the East Coast. I happen to be the only one in the crowd that decided not to move to Florida. And I'm not even going to tell you what year that was. But when I recall it, I got to say, I don't think my parents invited me to move to Florida. So that's a whole nother story. We could talk about that. You want to talk about sensitivity. Nicole's laughing. Nicole Isler is joining me here today. And I got to say, let's stop for a minute, give out your website, and also tell folks about the report that you've gotten. You know, you got a tool for folks here today. 5 ways to turn your sensitive nature into your superpower. That is a lifelong journey for me. Believe it or not, all y'all listening to the show, I got to say, I am sensitive. Even though it may not seem like that, my little feelings get hurt. And I hope that wasn't Benny laughing. Nicole, what's the best way for people to get a hold of you?
Sure. My website is bigdreamawakening.com. Right at the top, you'll see a Get It button for that free report. And the reason that, I chuckle because I like to take a lighter approach to life. I've had some heavy things, and I know that, there's many people that do, but the way that you're feeling, if it's not feeling good, like about yourself or your sensitivity or how you process things, if that's all feeling heavy and icky and bad, or like it's a flaw, then you want this report. Because what it does is it explains for you not only a little bit of the science behind it, but it explains just 5. I mean, I could give you more, but there's 5 there of your abilities that if they're not interpreted or translated correctly for you, they're going to feel bad, but it'll show you how they are actually your superpower and how these sensitive abilities that you have make you different as you in a really cool, amazing way, that you can wear that sensitivity as your badge of honor, that you can join our club and start using those to, boost your life and allow you to feel really good about yourself, because that it doesn't matter what you accomplish or you achieve, you will never feel so fulfilled if you're not feeling good about who you really are deep down, or if you're not showing up in your life as who you were meant to be. And if you were born sensitive, that's who you're meant to be. It's, you're here and you can do gifted things that 80% of the population, they can't do it like you do it. So I love to, show you, and you can evaluate, how am I doing this? Am I applying this to my life? Am I using this as my superpower, or have I not even been aware? Have I been ignoring it? And then really process that and be able to evaluate where you are with your superpowers and how to turn that around. Why do I call it a superpower? Because I just have always loved superheroes, and they have special abilities, right? And they come in but like how I say, unlike Superman, who hid away and had to change in private and be all secretive, you don't have to do that. You can come out and be who you are and shine in your life. And I just know you're going to wind up helping other people do the same thing. The more that you step out and shine, it's just so much fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's talk about for a minute what it is that we can do differently. Why is it that what we're talking about, highly sensitive people, what is it about, the days that we enter in to doing and living our dream? Why do we get stuck? Why do we stay stuck? You know what I'm saying? I know we're talking about how to turn this around and become empowered, but you really do hear quite often that sensitive people do get stuck. I've heard it from people like John Holland. I've heard it from James Van Praagh. I mean, I've heard it from people that are out there that consider themselves this. And yourself, what is it that gets you stuck too, Nicole?
I think because we have the ability to feel what other people feel. It's I call it's like emotional X-ray vision. You can step into someone's life and you're right there with them, right? You have this experience. They're going through this traumatic time, but you're the one that's feeling all this. We take on energy from everyone and everything. We actually love to say yes to things, and so we take on a lot of other people's stuff, a lot of energy, and I always make the joke that, can you imagine if you were, it actually happened, I was with a client, we were meeting in a restaurant, and I said, just imagine if everybody in this restaurant, they all brought over all of their garbage and they put it on your table and they expected you to go throw it away. They are free and clear, but you are left with this big pile of icky stuff, and you decided, well, I guess I have to take it with me, and you just started, you would get tired of it. It would just get old. We also, as a highly sensitive person, we process things much deeper. We are constantly assessing the situation. We're always analyzing things. It's like you walk into a room of people, you're instantly scanning. You get a feel for the vibe in the room. And this is what we're talking about some of the language that, if this sounds familiar. So, you don't know why, but somebody pops in, you're feeling like, oh, I hope they're okay. I just really can't get them off my mind. And then you come to find out they're going through a bad time. And so you're always collecting everybody's energy, everybody's emotions, and you get to deal with your own as well. That's a lot of stuff to carry around. So I give the visual of like the pile of garbage, because we would say, well, oh, God, I would never take all that with me. But that's when we're talking about energy and emotions, and we are carrying a lot more than we realize around with us, and it clogs. It's clutter, right? It's emotional clutter.
Yeah.
It's, if I'm going into a room and it's just like an attic and it's just packed with stuff and I'm trying to find something, but it's so cramped, like I can't get to anything. That's the way our head starts to feel. Like my thoughts are just cluttered. I can't seem to find what I need or what I'm looking for. I just put a blog out today about burnout for empaths because, it's like, God, I can't put my thoughts together. What is going on? Or I feel really heavy. If you feel really heavy in your body and the last thing you feel is motivated. So this tends to, it wears down your energy, and you're not so inspired when you're feeling stuck or when you're feeling. And for sensitives, a lot of their anxiety is worrying about being too sensitive in every situation that they're in, or feeling exhausted after going through some group event, or like, why is this? There's this constant running, tape of, why am I like this? Why am I like this? Why can't I figure this out? Why can't I let it go? And that will keep you're just running in the hamster wheel. We want you to get traction on your dreams. We want you to be able to feel fulfilled in your life. And when you're just trying to process the same old icky messages, that doesn't happen. So one of the first things to get unstuck if you are sensitive is just start telling yourself, like, wow, that's really a different perspective, that it's actually a gift. The fact, it's not just, because this isn't like some brand new finding, okay? This quality has been around. But it's, instead of saying it's a genetic, like it's your genetic thing, like your color of hair, let's call it your genius makeup. Let's say that this is really what makes you unique, and you can use this in the very best way. And when you are feeling stuck, you're not really stuck. Nothing ever really stops. Energy is always moving. But when you feel that way and you feel heavy, you just have to get to just a little bit lighter thought, and then just a little bit lighter thought from there. And what would make me feel a little bit better right now? What would make me feel a little bit better right now? And then you keep going until you start getting that movement going, because that's just an awful place to be when you feel.
I know. Well, one of the things we're going to do is when we come back from break, we're going to talk about this phrase, conventional wisdom. Common sense, conventional wisdom. How often do we hear that? Common sense, conventional wisdom, common sense, conventional wisdom. I mean, what we're talking about is something that has to do with being educated and informed. And and I know that at a very young age, these sensitivities, if we could call them, really do show up as superpower, superhero bursts of light from young people. And then all of a sudden we develop some isms around it, conventional isms, common sense isms. What are the myths around this, and what are we going to bust through? We'll be right back with the show. Nicole Isler in the house.
Are you searching? Looking for a sign? A message you need to hear? From the great unknown, from the most mysterious place that is the most familiar to your soul in the depths of who you are. The universe put someone here to talk to, someone God gave a blessing to, that you may find insight with. TheAngelLady.net, 1-800-323-1790.
Tune in to The Michael Shane Show, the third Tuesday of each month at 11 a.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com, and connect with the ascended beings to raise your vibration and manifest the life you desire. Get ready to receive healing through the transphysical mediumship of Reverend Michael Shane and the ascended beings. Visit MichaelShane.com. That's MyChael, Shane.com, and call 425-971-6632 to schedule your full healing session now.
Dr. Bree Gibbs is a fourth-generation high priestess with the knowledge to raise your vibration in conscious creation, offering a wide variety of services from Goddess Light and Shamanic healing seminars to private reading sessions. Bree works with you so you too can stand in your own power. Isn't it about time you took your life into your own hands? For more information about Bree's services and products, visit silvergaia.net. That's silvergaia.net.
Hi, this is Leslie Fontaine. When we try to control the manifestation of our desires, we unfortunately limit the possibilities. We reduce them down to the 3D linear level that we have seen and recognized from our past and from around us. Source is limitless. The potentiality is without bounds. Because you don't know how circumstances can unfold doesn't mean that they're going to turn out badly. Try taking your foot off the brake and allow Source to show you the amazing display of unlimited potentiality. If this is a pattern, you may want some help with releasing it. If you're ready to shift into your best life, visit lesliefontaine.com and let's talk about unfolding all that you want to be, do, and have. You'll find sessions, classes, and audio products to help remove the blocks and move you into that potential. And listen to my show, Sheer Alchemy, on Transformation Talk Radio, Wednesdays at 10 Pacific, 1 Eastern.
Holistic Medical Center is where you find it all. A healthy space with doctors who care, see, and listen to the whole you. Hi, this is Dr. Darvish. If you have not found an answer to your chronic symptoms, you will find answers here at Holistic Medical Center. Our doctors find the root cause of your symptoms and guide your body towards healing naturally. We transform lives from within. Visit drdarvish.com or call 425-451-0404.
Wow, everybody, welcome back. You know, Nicole, before we jump over and we talk about, listen, what are some of the thoughts you have? What are some of the myths? What are some of the things that, you know, we've bought into, so to speak, right? You know, what have we said yes to in our consciousness? And then how does that become this inner conflict with us? You know, if we are highly sensitive or if we have sensitivities, but we try to crush them down, or we try to apply, quote, common sense instead of intuition, boy, I'll tell you, that's not really, not only is that not a good feeling, but we take a walkway in life that is absolutely not the path we're supposed to go on. So would you take a moment and before we jump ahead, tell everybody about your show, how they can tune in, but also then talk about the report that you put together. And then we're going to talk about, misconceptions.
Yes. So you can join me every first and third Tuesday. It's Positivity Party Radio. It's taking just a positive approach on all different topics. I try to find guests that are, first of all, they bring the energy. They're fun. They have followed their intuition. They've listened to their intuition. Even when other people said no, what are you, crazy? They realized that there was no other way to be than just to be who they really are. And they've taken those steps because I think we sometimes feel like it's too hard, it's not possible, we lose track. So, it's taking a break from everything that we have to do, the daily grind, feeling wore down, and we just sit and party for a bit, just to talk about life from different perspectives, different tools. We can learn from each other. I think we learn more from each other sharing stories than necessarily Googling something. And, so to hear a real live person tell you the changes that they made or the things that seemed crazy at the time but completely paid off, that's where I think we can inspire each other. So that's Positivity Party Radio. Again, it's every first and third Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central Time. So that's just you'll have to fit that into your time zone there, but 6 p.m. Central. And the free report that is at my website at bigdreamawakening.com, again, it's giving you a different perspective on what your true abilities are as a sensitive. I selected 5 of them so you could read, it's a quick read, but I think when you read it, you're going to feel like, oh, I can do that. I have done that. I have that. I didn't realize that that's what it was. I always thought that it was something I wasn't supposed to do, or it was something I just did naturally, or it was just something that I dabbled with. But really, these are your gifts, but they're your life skills. They're what you've been blessed with. And I think until you really see sensitivity as a blessing, it's going to feel like a curse. And I don't want that. I want you to really understand that this is what you have been gifted with. And I want you to see that in your life so that you can step out and be who you really are, sensitivities and all. I have a Facebook group. It's Big Dream Awakening Superheroes, and I invite you in there because we play, we laugh at that jokes only empaths and sensitives would understand, about things that, I don't know, that we notice that other people don't notice. It's just you have that ability to notice those subtle things. So come and play with us because life is meant to be enjoyed and fun and just, there are moments that are going to challenge you. Pat was talking about the storm, and we have to stick together. And the best way to be in your life is to really be true to yourself and be who you are because that's where your strength comes from. It's hard to go through life trying to be somebody else. That's hard. Yeah. I'm telling you to step out and be who you are.
Yeah. I love talking about this topic because stepping out and being who you are is really the theme of things these days. It's the idea of not only just stepping out and being who you are, but Nicole, I know you work with folks. How do you help folks have a level of confidence in stepping out and being who they are?
The moments that I love is when they come to the session, they tell me, we always start with what's been going good, and they give me what's been going good, but they somehow feel like they missed a mark somewhere. But I didn't do this, or I should have done it. And then when I reflect the story back, like what I really heard is the progress they've made, right? The transformation that they're doing the work. I'm just a mirror. So I'm reflecting for them what I actually see because we forget to track our progress. We only go like, oh, my God, I didn't get this done, I didn't get that done, and, well, at least that happened, and then, so I get to work with them and show them how far they've come. I also get to, bust those myths that, because there's things out there that's sensitive, they're shy, they're timid, they just stand there and they're not doing anything. They're aloof. But that's not it. They're actually assessing and processing information that, the people I work with have been told, just like I was for much of their life, that would you just stop already? Like, quit being that way as if it's just some bad habit or it's a bad behavior when it's not. It's science. There's real science behind this, that our brains function a little bit differently than other people. And so when I can teach them, here are the tools you've been given, right? If I gave you this kit and all of these tools and I didn't give you any instructions and you had never seen any of them before, you kind of heard of them, but you didn't know that. And now I say, put that together, make that work. And you go, what? So I can teach you not only, it's not only teaching you the wrong tools that you're using, maybe, right? But it's also teaching you the right way to use the tools and how to apply those so that they really work for you, that this isn't something you're making up. You're not just being dramatic. It's also like, this isn't normal. It is normal. But there is a way to go through life and to navigate with your emotions. And that's really what I teach people, that anxiety is your friend. Anxiety is not a bad thing. You're not actually depressed. You're having these heavy thoughts because we're not resonating within our intuition. We're not in the sweet spot. Right?
Yeah,
you're getting
exactly.
outside of that.
We're not in the flow.
Yeah, not at all. And if it doesn't feel good, I can tell you you're not in the flow. So I bring them back in. But what I also do for them is we expand your sweet spot. Okay,
nice.
It's that tiny little, like, I got to get in there. We make this so when you are true to yourself and you learn how you're wired and how you're made, and it's a good thing, then you expand your comfort zone. You expand being in the flow. It's not always about being in flow, I think, as much as realizing I'm out of flow. Oh, I'm not in it. I can feel I'm out. I need to adjust. So I teach them, how do you adjust? How do you use those emotions to signal you and so you can interpret them correctly, because they are a language, and your body is just this amazing tool. And so those are the things we really work on. And also, just reminding, like, hey, guess what? You're always in control of your life. You're always in control. And when you realize that, I'm always in control, I steer this ship. Like, this is my deal. And I'm going to choose how I feel. And if I feel off, I know what's going on there. Now I know, because I have all of these life tools. I have a life library that I can pull from, and I can apply those right here, right now, so that I can adjust. I don't have to stay this way for a week or until I get home and I read that book, or right. I can just read it right now, and I think that's the fun part because, emotions. I mean, people give them names, and they're good or they're bad. I don't think they're good or bad. I think they're just emotions. And if I give you a map and I say, take this direction, now take this direction, and it gets you to where you want to go, and you avoid those sort of potholes and pitfalls and, right? I mean, it's no different than if I'm driving my car, I just need to know what direction to go in. I have my signals so that I can maneuver and navigate around. Same thing. This is the same thing, but it's using your body and your emotions, and that there's not good or bad. It is what it is. Now what do I do with it? Okay, that's, if I have anxiety and I think that I'm doing something wrong, and I think, man, what? Because that's the thing. People want to control their emotions. Oh, if I could just control this anxiety, it won't do that. Have you ever tried to control a bull in a cage? I mean, it doesn't do that. It wants out. And so you have to honor your feelings and say, I'm having this feeling. It's real because I can feel it. What am I going to do about it? What's it trying to tell me? Where do I need to go from here? And when you learn that and go, whoa, like yesterday, I started feeling I was having this anxiety, and what is going on? Because I did my little check. Usually I'll close my eyes, put my hand over my heart, take a nice deep breath, and if I instantly relax, it's not my stuff. It's something, and then I realized that I was thinking about some things my son is going through and some decisions he has to make. I was feeling anxious for him. And so, now that we've talked some things through, I realize, oh, that's just my boys, we laugh sometimes. They're like, how did you know that? How did you? And so those, I see that too, parents who are highly sensitive, or parents who have a highly sensitive child. Oh, that's my fun. I love working in that because I didn't know when my kids were little. I did think they were shy, and I did all of these myths and misconceptions. I've lived them. And so now that I've busted them, our lives are different. And I always wanted to protect them, but now I can teach them how to live openly as who they really are. I don't necessarily have to protect them from anything because I was highly sensitive. I want them to be heard. These are the things that change your life, like literally change how you experience life. They change what you go out and do. If you're afraid you're going to be hurt or someone's going to crush you or your children are going to be crushed, you're going to hold them back. You can't help it.
I know. Well, this is what we're talking about. How do we get folks to go from sensitivity to superhero? I mean, there are a lot of things we can do. We're going to take a short break. When we come back. What is the energy of a superhero? What is an energy? What does it feel like? And what can we ask ourselves to get the most from being sensitives? This is really important, rather than the questions, I'm a loser, I'm never going to make it happen, I'm too sensitive. Those questions just don't work. We're going to take a short break. I'll be right back.
From isn't all that great. My automobile is a piece of crap. My fashion sense.
Chris Stanis is a spiritual leader and healer and teaches a course on how you can transform your life through a meditation and healing system that will manifest your spirit's dreams. She manifested the Women of Wisdom Conference, the Women of Wisdom book, and this radio show. And she can show you how to change your life too. Are you ready? Visit the website and contact her at voicesofwomentoday.com. That's voicesofwomentoday.com.
There are so many resources out there for meditation. But did you know that Atana's Heart Earth Healing Meditation is available for you for free? Yes, that's right. You can receive this free healing meditation today from Atana Badili. All you need to do is visit his website, atanamethod.com. That's ATAANA method.com, and sign up. You will receive your free meditation instantly. That's atanamethod.com.
What if your body and mind were the compasses to the secrets, mysteries, and magic of life? Glenna Rice, co-host of The Questionable Parent, is inviting you to access all that is possible. Glenna is a 10-year certified veteran access consciousness facilitator who offers an amazing variety of life-changing classes and workshops. Work with Glenna from anywhere, with teleclasses and workshops all over the globe. To learn more and see Glenna's current schedule of events, classes, and workshops, visit glennarice.com.
Are you sick of feeling overworked with no motivation? Take a break from the daily grind. Life coach Nicole Isler is here to provide a healing journey of optimism. Passionate and caring, Nicole is no ordinary soul. Her dedication to helping everyone has no limit. Witness the power of positivity. Tune in every first and third Tuesday at 4 p.m. Pacific for Positivity Party Radio with Nicole Isler on Transformation Talk Radio. For more information, visit BigDreamAwakening.com.
Tune in to The Jen Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life, each Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific and 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This amazing show is an inspirational hour that will take you on an epic metaphysical journey to discover the spiritual approach to life's greatest challenges. Dr. Jen is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Call in for intuitive readings and visit JenRoyster.com for more information.
Get ready to experience Truth Talk Radio with host Deb Acker. Tune in to Truth Talk Radio each Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com to illuminate the truth in your daily life as you experience life, love, and abundance from a whole new perspective. This hit show will leave you feeling lighter and bring you into a place of infinite possibilities every day in every way. Visit TruthTalkRadioshow.com for upcoming transformative topics and guests. Oh my gosh. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. I'm Dr. Pat. I am joined right now by, Positivity Party Radio host Nicole Isler joining me here today, Tuesdays, 4 p.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Also, if you want to find out more, go to how can I get the free report, Nicole?
Sure. So if you go to BigDreamAwakening.com, right at the very tippy top, there's a big button that says Get It. You just click on that, put in your information, and it'll ask you if you're ready to be a superhero. And then you click Yes, you enter your info, and it's on its way to your inbox, and you'll get some other emails just to help you live as an empowered sensitive. It's about embracing this amazing quality that you've been given. So, it's just fun. The responses I get I love them. I enjoy it when it flips the perspective. So that's where you can grab that right away.
Nice. Oh, okay. Superhero. Right now, I've talked about this before, pretty much everywhere in our pop culture. Superhero movies, superhero characters. Even if they're not superhero characters, they're fantasy superhero characters. I mean, it is an energy and a life force that has been acknowledged in a way that I don't recall for decades and decades. So I would love for us to talk about, those questions. What questions do we get asked the most? What are the things that all sensitives listening to the show should be really mindful of, Nicole?
And I love, it's obviously not a secret that I love superhero movies, because they just always seem to know what to do. They have these abilities that nobody else has. They come in, they save the day. Sensitives, you are probably asked things like, why do you take everything so personal? You might be asked things like, I get this one all the time. What's wrong? We tend to take everything in so deeply, and we're processing. We're always connecting the dots inside that it gives us this look. But I'll tell you, I'm also asked things like, hey, what's your take on this? Because you always just have a different way of spinning things. If you're in a work setting, and I'll tell you, corporate America right now, I see that changing. But I work in corporate America as well, and I'll tell you that sensitives have a harder time in corporate America. It's not really a thriving environment, but you can do things, and that's why I send out emails to help with that. But in leadership, you will have leadership people come in. I've always had this. We joke that my office is the Zen office. We joke that people come in I have employees from all different departments, no matter where I've ever worked. They just have to come in and talk to me. They just, and it's not always about work, of course. In fact, usually it's not about work. It's about life. It's about their son. It's about, their spouse. It's how they've been feeling. They feel stuck and they don't know why. And I watch as they literally stand taller as we're talking, because as a sensitive, you can meet them where they're at and they don't have to explain it. And it's fun. If you're sensitive, you probably have people say things to you. You just start talking with them and, you say something like, "Whoa, my gosh, I don't really have the words for that, but that must feel," and then you describe it and they go, "Oh, how did you know that? How did you know that about me?" You might not have even met them before, but they'll ask you, "How did you know that I was feeling like that?" And so these are all signs that you're absolutely a sensitive. You have that ability to connect with people. They love talking to you because you give a different perspective on things. You give them a spin, and probably, absolutely, you make them feel better about who they are and that their feelings are okay, right? That they're valid. And that's really what I want to share with you, is that the way you feel is valid and it's okay. I just had a woman yesterday. She said, "You mean that when I feel these things deeply about other people that don't even have anything to do with me, I'm not crazy?" You're not crazy. You're not. It's an ability that you have, and it can be a lot of fun once you recognize it and then learn, right, how to clear your energy.
Exactly.
So that you can stay fine-tuned as an empath, as a sensitive. Yeah.
I mean, that's what really the show is about today. It's, first of all, acknowledging that this is not a burden. It's actually a gift. And that knowing how to look at oneself and stay strong in who you are. And that's what's so brilliant about the work you do, Nicole. Again, I want to thank you for today. People are asking for the website again. They would love to get a copy of the report. So please, please, please let folks know. And thank you so much for today. One last question. After you give out your website, what is your personal message?
Sure. My website is bigdreamawakening.com. That's where you can grab that. You can grab that report. And I think my personal message is, and I'm going to get emotional, I want you to love who you are. I want you to love the way that you were born, the way you were created. This was not an oversight. Okay, this wasn't a flaw. My message is that you live as an empowered sensitive. You can wear it as your badge of honor, and you can shine in your life where people flock to you because you have something that other people around them don't have. And if you feel alone right now, and I tell you you're not, because there are people around you who are feeling just like you do, you just need to find them. And the more you step out as who you really are, the more that you're going to connect with people that are like you. That's what happened for me, and that's why I build a community. So I accept you all, sensitivity and everything, and it's so much fun when you can connect with someone that speaks your language and you can just be who you are. And that's why Big Dream Awakening, you get to practice that so you can go out and move in the big real world and you can be who you are, an empowered sensitive. Yep.
I love it. And please don't forget, everybody, tune in to this show. Will put a smile on your face. Positivity Party Radio with Nicole Isler, Tuesdays, 4 p.m., 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Join the party, on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Thank you all for tuning us in and turning us on. We will see you next time.
preceding audio was via a Skype call.